Bears in Black.
Okay. All right, I got comments going. Hey, everybody.
Greetings, all. What's the what? I can't see.
What's the what?
What's the what?
So this is our first live stream. This is the Bears in Black bonus episode for the Breyerfest wrap up. This is the Model Horse podcast for hobbyists by hobbyists. I'm Heather.
I'm Jackie.
We got dressed up for you people.
Yeah.
Because we've been stuck inside for 3 months. So
I have worn makeup 2 days this weekend. It's amazing.
I know, it's crazy. I didn't even do this for my birthday. I dressed up like the Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, that's right. I dressed up as a bokoblin, I believe.
All right, we're here to talk about Breyerfest. For us, we'll be looking at your comments throughout the stream. We're not going to focus on really hard on anything. This is just kind of we don't want to go over an hour, right? I know Sunday night, a lot of people are going back to work tomorrow.
Sorry.
Boo.
Yeah.
And we just want to kind of walk through all 3 days and kind of the events. So with that, Jackie, how was your Breyerfest?
You know, it was better than I thought it would be. I have done 1 or 2 of these other like little online kind of con things. And I think some of it is I don't know anybody on those realms, so it was hard to try to be excited and hyped up and know what to do when you're by yourself at home and not like with people swimming around you. Here, you know, I had, normally for me, Breyerfest, part of the Breyerfest experience is watching everybody start to leave their house and go to Breyerfest before I do that. So, those people were still out there and sharing pictures and sharing memories, and, we cried a couple times. Cried every day.
I don't think
the day I was supposed to leave was the worst.
Yeah.
That was the worst.
I was okay for most of the week, right?
Yeah.
And then Friday I didn't have time to think about it, and we'll touch on that later, but I was doing the live show, and that was all day. Like, it was intense. Saturday.
She earned her stuff this year, people.
Saturday was bad for me because Saturday was the 3rd anniversary of my father's death, which happened on the way to Breyerfest with Jen Scott in 2017. God bless Jen Scott.
Yeah.
So it was just a tough day for me. At one point I could not calm down, and Josh had to kind of get me off the ledge. And then today was fantastic.
I had a good time.
Because Auction Man saved the day.
Oh my gosh.
Auction
John. We had planned doing a brunch with the Kellys and the Lanes like weeks ago. So we're like, we'll have brunch on Sunday. We'll drink, Bloody Marys, and we'll do whatever we're going to do. And
right.
We ended up watching the auction, the live stream of the auction for like hours.
Yeah, we were with the Kellys and the Lanes, and we were just having a ball. We had a ball. It was an absolute ball.
Nice.
So my personal highlights was definitely brunch and Auction John. Because
Auction John was amazing.
And we'll talk about Auction John in a minute.
Yeah. See, the hero of Breyerfest.
The hero of Breyerfest. Actually,
let me amend that. The hero of Breyerfest was the Breyerfest team because
and we'll talk about that too.
Gosh.
Social media was a really big way to connect this time because, of course, everybody was stuck at home, and I really feel like Breyer they were on their game with the social media. Everybody else was kind of on their game. Road to Breyerfest, who we'll mention too, was fantastic at guiding everybody through this maze that was the online event. And then the other thing was it was super great to have the international component.
Yes.
And I think a lot of Europeans were really glad they could participate because normally there's very little online. And when Tony said at the end of the broadcast tonight that they were going to expand the platform, was something I suspected they would do after this.
Oh yeah, because if they could reel in people that would normally have no chance of being able to go, but you could do Breyerfest in your pajamas, which I also liked.
Yes,
clammed up now, but certainly was not on Friday.
So leave in the comments how your experience was. I know a lot of people either knew before or realized during Breyerfest that a huge component of Breyerfest is not Breyerfest, it's your friends, right?
Oh yeah.
It's seeing your friends and hanging out, and it's it was hard for me not to have tactile contact with my friends that I haven't seen you in a year now, I don't think.
Almost September. It would be the Jennifer show was the last time we saw each other.
And anybody else since Breyerfest, right? Not even my Colorado people, right?
Yeah.
So it's not easy. But let's talk about the live feed. I thought the host, Kimber Goodwin, was fantastic.
So I didn't watch a whole lot of the live feed because it's not really my thing to kind of sit and just watch by myself. Right. This is also my husband's first Breyerfest. Not sure what he thought. He was great. Listen, he was great because there were 2 nights I was like, yeah, I'm not cooking. Get takeout. He just went, okay.
Do this. Sure.
He's like, sure, baby. That's fine. But what I saw of her, the parts that I saw looked pretty well done, and then when they had trouble, they were, could kind of easily go to something else. And they had a lot of interesting stuff too. Yes. We were in the archive room this morning.
Oh, Stephanie was fantastic this morning. I thought I didn't get to see anything Friday, like nothing but Smug Mug for 12 hours.
Which now thinks that your computer now thinks Breyer equals Smug
Every time I put in Breyer now, it defaults to Smug Mug, which drives me crazy.
Hilarious.
So I started watching the actual presentation Saturday because I sat here and worked on this podcast. There's another podcast that I'm on called the Nevers Podcast. And I worked on material for that and then did my results because those had to be in today and just watched the live feed the whole time. And I thought the packages were really great. With the live segments, it was a little stutter step, but again, like as Stephanie put it, they had no playbook for this.
Oh yeah.
They
turned this around in 12 weeks, like not even
3 months.
3 months. Like they had almost no time to put this together. And the fact that they pulled this off as well as it went is amazing.
It's been really interesting to see the impressions of Breyerfest this year, Modelholics versus Road to Breyerfest. Modelholics is definitely super negative in a lot of places about it, and then Road to Breyerfest is kind of like, yay, Breyer. So
good.
It's interesting.
I mean, some of it is what you make of it, and like I said, the parts that I was upset about had nothing to do with Breyer's portion of Breyerfest.
Right.
Like the things I got sad about were like, I had a meltdown on Friday too. Well, because here's what happened. You were judging that show all day long.
Yep.
Now, normally when I'm at Breyerfest, I lose control of my Facebook mentions somewhere about, noon on Friday because everybody's just.
Yeah, it's like ping, 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 ping.
And that was still going on. And I couldn't really keep up with that. But, I didn't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah,
you were busy all day.
Oh, I was heads on all day. Like everybody was trying to contact me Friday, and I was like, "Leave me alone. I cannot. I do not have time." So I thought that was good. I thought the pre-taped packages were good from all the ones I saw. Anyway, I saw
a little bit of Temple Lipizans.
Yeah, I saw Temple Lipizans. I saw the one they had today with Top Gun.
I missed that.
What was the other one? There's a really good one that I saw.
I think the dressage horse.
Yes, with the DHP.
Thank you.
There was the interview with Bali Nose Connections and owners, which was really good. And all in all, I thought it went rather well. Where I saw issues, they had to yank the raffle cards twice because they didn't know if they had them right, and just stuff like that. But that's just
that's live stuff.
You're trying to do stuff real time, and even like national news has screw ups. Oh
yeah.
So
all the time.
So yeah. So let's move on to the store.
Well, actually, just quick, somebody's asking about if there's an access point for the live feed. So what Breyer announced earlier today was they are leaving stuff up through this evening, and then they're taking it down for a short period, and then it will be back sometime later in the week. So the stuff that you didn't get to see, you can go see. So you can go do the workshops and watch the pre-taped stuff and things like that.
Yeah, I think she's asking about the actual feed, and I don't know if they're going to allow people to replay that.
Oh, probably not. No, but probably the pre-taped stuff.
It was on the Breyer, when you went into the Breyerfest page from the home page, and then you picked what kind of ticket holder you were, the video would come up at the top of the page, and then there were all the titles for the different areas of the show.
Yeah, and you do have to be a 3-day ticket.
Right. And I have not personally seen a way to go and replay stuff, but that may change. I'm not sure.
It's probably coming. Like I know the workshops are all on demand and stuff.
Well, so. I heard Jamie say today that the workshops are going to stay up for the foreseeable future, which is great.
That's awesome.
Because I mean, I think they finally realized if you're watching the live feed, you're not doing the workshops, right?
Right. And just having those those resources on their website is brilliant.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Anyway.
All right.
What's next?
The store. I think this was probably the most contentious part of all of Breyerfest.
Yes.
Was the store.
It always is, though. That is not new. So I was jumped in the store first thing Friday morning. I have never done the Ninja Pit. I think I did, though. I think my experience was pretty accurate.
Did you get a grab bag?
No,
I never have a grab bag. Did anybody get grab bags?
What happened was I clicked on the grab bags and I took too long to look at them, and by the time I got there, they were broken up by price point.
Yep.
All it was left was the $50 one, and I was like,
I'm not gonna be anything good in there.
And I took off. I'm like, I'm not that into this. So the store, and what ended up happening with me, I got the pony, which I wanted. I got the plushie for you. And then I was like killing myself for the stablemates. And by about Saturday afternoon, I did what I would normally do at Breyerfest, which was call Uncle and go to my friends and go, I need these things. And if you get them for me, I will, make it worth your while. And I got my stablemates.
I first started trying in the store mid-Saturday. Mm-hmm. And I never did get anything except for the glossy Benelli. That's because
that was also brilliant, by the way.
Right. But everything else, I always missed all the restocks. I wasn't into the refreshing. And he was really the only one I wanted. So when they said we're going to do him glossy, I was like, boink, thank you.
I know. I was like, okay, don't care anymore. Bing, bing.
So yeah, but I checked the grab bags and stuff like that, and nothing was ever in stock for me. Nothing. But I wasn't these people that were like stalking the restock. And Margaret Balch made a good point that the problem probably was with the store is they gave all these people more access, but there wasn't more inventory. So that's problematic.
Yeah, and it was kind of frustrating because you could have stuff in your cart and get to the checkout and it was gone by the time you
I really hate.
And I don't know how they resolve that because that is a problem everywhere. Like that seems to be baked in.
So there's a way to have there's something called Cart Guardian that won't let merchant, like you have a timer that your merchandise is in your cart for that amount of time and it can't get taken from you. It's like 10 minutes or something. So, and it counts down on the screen, and I don't think Breyer uses it, but I've seen it on a lot of other sites. So
I've seen that like on Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
But Ticketmaster. Anyway. So, but then they made it up to us by offering pre-order glossies that we'll get in December, which I thought that brilliant. Because you know what, that for me, that took all the pressure of me trying to get that Shenandoah.
Yep.
Gone.
I'd rather
have one less person hitting refresh after that. One little drop in the ocean, people.
So what all did you get? What was your haul?
So I got the Top Gun, the pony in gloss and matte. I ordered a gloss. Well, I like the pony. I ordered the Benelli in gloss. I have managed to snag myself the stablemate set and the little green stablemate. And the swag store. Most of the stuff I forgot to buy on pre-order was available. There were 2 shirts that were no longer available, so I didn't get those. But I got the t-shirts I wanted. I got the coffee mug. Very excited about that giant ass mug because I need a giant mug in the morning. I have 2 and having a third will be okay.
Yes, you do.
Yes. I also managed to get the little horn cups.
The horn cups?
They were little like steer horn shot glasses in the store Friday morning. There weren't very many of them. They sold out in a hurry, but I looked at it and went, that's from Heather Puello. So Breyer did shot glasses one other time for Denim and Diamonds. I have that shot glass. They've never done it since. Now I have more Breyer shot glasses.
That reminds me, I never got my replacement pint glasses from last year.
Huh. I broke my pint glass from last year.
Did you? Lame.
I did. I dropped it in the sink. So I'm looking for a pint glass from last year if anybody's got an extra.
Pardon.
Use my power.
I said I got the glossy Benelli. On my special run trip, I got the winter song. I forget its name. Ash. I think it's Ash.
Okay.
And,
I didn't talk about special runs.
And I got the surprise.
Nice.
That's just my haul, like my whole haul, because I didn't spend any money this year.
Yeah.
But by the time I could hit people's stores, they were over. I only got to spend like 5 minutes in Kylie's thing because I had to prejudge. I mean, it was gross.
So I did get all the special runs I wanted. I managed to get 2 surprises. There is a high probability I will be one of the first people to get the surprise models. And when they arrive here,
right there.
I am right here. Because also what I did on Friday afternoon, I drove to the Breyerfest. I drove to Breyer headquarters just cause.
I thought we were supposed to get the shirts and stuff before Breyerfest because I
didn't manage to pre-order.
I pre-ordered a boatload. A boatload.
A boat.
So you're proud of me?
That's a lot. I am very proud.
I didn't drop the S-bomb.
You almost did. You didn't. I'm so proud. But as far as I got all the special runs I wanted, managed to get 2 surprises. So psych. I hope it's something I like. But if I get those surprises before anybody else gets them, I'm opening them live right here. In my office.
Absolutely.
I did go to Kylie Park's sale. I think that was
it looked super fun from what I saw.
It was super fun. I got the unicorn variation of Tucker. And I got one of her daughter's little medallions that she did.
Nice.
I think I got something else and I can't remember what it is now. I didn't do any of the ponies. I managed I had a Breyerfest miracle for Sarah Mink stuff. I got a Dibley.
We'll talk about Dibley in a minute.
I got a Dibley.
That's awesome. All right, so let's move on to the raffles. The raffles went Saturday and Sunday. Hey, anybody in the live feed win one?
Yeah, we'll know in about
in the comments.
Seconds. I'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, and so I saw a few people that we know. I think I saw that Kristen Arendt won. We all thought Kenzie won one.
Oh yeah, there are 3 Mackenzie P's in the hobby.
There are 3 Mackenzie P's. So first we thought it was Purdy, but it said Washington, and then I was like, "That's Kenzie Parr," and then Kenzie Parr's like, "Wah wah, wasn't me."
Poor Kenzie.
So we're gonna go find that other Kenzie P.
Yeah.
Be like, "Who are you? Who do you think you are? Taking stuff from my daughter." I don't think I only saw one person I thought that won Fields of Heather. I saw like 3 people, like Lori Batchelor, I know. Yeah. I saw one, Order of the Thistle. I can't think of anybody else.
I didn't see the.
Lindsay says wrong, Kristen A. Lindsay Diamond says Melissa Grant won one.
Oh yeah, that's the person we knew.
Yeah.
I did know about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I saw that. We see you, Mount Model Horse person in the feed. Say hi.
Yeah, we see you, buddy.
We see you.
Glad you came.
Yeah.
So where were we? Raffles. So I'm sure it was stratified a lot more with how many entries there were. So you had a lot less hardcore people. You had a lot less Americans, right? Because it was per ticket.
Well, it was per account. It was not per ticket, which I thought I liked that. I thought that was pretty fair. Could you imagine if they sold tickets?
Yeah. Holy.
They'd be sitting on a giant pile of money.
Yeah, but like I said, I sure they would have done it, but legal was like, no way. That's gambling. We can't do that.
Yeah.
So the auctions were interesting because we were like, how are they going to do it? And at first they were like, we're going to put them on eBay. And everybody was like, well, how's that going to work? Because like $100,000 worth of merchandise is going to, the fees on that are
going to be, and eBay's going to be like, hold on, new account. Right? What are you doing? Also, yes, this is going to be an episode of MIB later.
Yes, and it will be on YouTube. We're recording our tracks, so Josh will edit them together for a regular podcast. So, if people have to go, it's fine. This is not the only time you're going to see it or have the opportunity to see it.
Because now that we can do this.
Yeah, like I'm into this now.
Yeah, I like this.
I'm such an exhibitionist. It's so bad.
Anyway.
So the auctions were supposed to go on eBay, and then they canked that at the last minute to go with Live Auctioneers. And then Live Auctioneers, I guess, was hacked and passwords got compromised. So
I got that email.
They had to redo that.
That's exciting.
And
the thrill ride that was Breyerfest this year.
So what is everybody's thoughts on the prices? Because the prices seemed really high for me. And that's probably
so actually I think the models I thought, there were models I definitely thought had high prices, but then the ones I thought should have had high prices didn't.
Well, I thought
as high as I thought.
I thought Jorg was going to go a lot higher. I definitely thought the Mare and Full Corzon were going to go higher.
Yeah, those seemed like relative
that was really weird to me.
But the Shetland pony was $6,000. I
was like, what the hell?
What's that?
And then of course, there was a lot less of the lots. It had to go Sunday. The actual Saturday auction had to go Sunday because of the password compromise.
Yeah. So
they did the Sunday auction first on time, and then they did the Saturday auction. And this is when, at the beginning of the Sunday auction, we were gifted with Auction John.
Auction John.
and
he should come to every Breyerfest from now on.
I reached out to him to interview him for MIB. I want to talk to that dude.
I hope he says yes.
But he apparently
he was so fun.
He was great. When we first started watching him, we were like, "What is going on with this guy? Is he hot?
What is he on?
Is
he okay?"
Slowly, it became clear that he was going to be the best thing about Breyerfest.
He was so excited about everything. He's like, "I know nothing about this, but I would buy that horse." I was like,
"I mean,
yes."
Breyerfest needs to give him 10% because he. But yeah, so we started sharing memes about John and putting him on Instagram and putting him on Twitter, and he has reacted to our content. So I went through his management company, and if they don't get back to me, I'm going to go through a message on Instagram and be like, "Dude, you need to do the show."
Yeah, please come to the show.
So
we love you.
He's a magician. He's an entertainer. I don't know how he's working with the auction company, but it must be some sort of contract.
Probably that's what he does, because he was just like, he wasn't, because the auction is like a real horse auction. It's very, you don't know what's going on half the time, and he was not doing that auctioneer patter. He was just being hilarious and funny and enthusiastic and everything else.
Right. Samantha White says, "I literally can't believe he's a magician and did 0 tricks for us." I'm like, "Oh, he did tricks. He made."
Oh, he did.
He made
money come out of thin air.
Oh, so Auction John. So I think they planned on only having him for the Sunday part because they were trying to pitch to live auctioneers.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Kat, and I was like, "Kat, keep that guy on camera. Everybody's going friggin' bananas over him."
Like, whatever, just let him.
So they left him there, and I've never seen anybody amuse Stephanie Maseko that way. Like, she was genuinely laughing. So,
he was just so enthusiastic. I'm like, he was so enthusiastic. The quad eye, that was my favorite.
The quad color and
the quad color eye,
the quad color eyes, and the fishnet.
Fishnet, cobwebbing.
He was just so intense about everything.
What's this?
Like, I was
very excited.
I was like, I bet he teaches yoga. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Anyway, I will keep you guys apprised if I hear back from Auction John, if he wants to come give us some more time. Ladies, I don't think he's single. I've seen his private account, and there's a girl. So, womp womp.
Back off.
All right,
he might be better than Auction Blake or Hotline Guy.
Well, he's way better than Hotline Guy. And Blake was beautiful but boring. Like, ooh.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But
right. Anyway, what are we doing next?
Reveals.
Oh God.
So
they were killing me like every 12 hours in my email. It was like watching a Nintendo Direct. Oh, one more thing. Oh, one more thing.
Like Steve Jobs.
One
more thing.
One thing.
So what was the first one we got? Was it the Fjord?
I believe. Was it? I think it was the Fjord.
Or was it the?
Or was it the? The first thing was the pick your color thing.
Right. Who wore it best?
Yeah. Who wore it best? I picked the Latigo.
I was gonna say everybody's gonna pick the Latigo. I mean, come on.
I think he wore it best.
Yeah. Well, he's Latigo.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So what? He's a chestnut Overo. Is that what the paint job
was?
was?
A lot of white.
Right.
Just color on the edges.
Big frame. Right.
Yeah. Color on the edges. That's it.
Kenzie Williams says, Confirmed he's engaged and I'm married. Daughter, get your morality together.
Girl.
So
nothing wrong with window shopping.
So the look, don't touch. Then the mini PC Ford, which is the Ironimo or Lyranimo or whatever his name is, shrunk down because I have the full size resin right here, and it's a little version of him.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Eberl.
That's cool. Yeah,
Brigida Eberl. And they showed 3 colorways on him, which are the Premier Club colorways.
Yeah.
So, which leads us to our next reveal, which was the second PC horse, which is a Frisian Georgian Grand type.
Yep.
With by Lynn Fraley. Yep. With Stephanie Blaylock's Shadow Appy, Leopard Appy.
Yeah.
Paint job.
They unboxed a factory paint job.
They unboxed it.
I transcended, Heather.
It's unbelievable. I did too. I was like, wow. And I pinged Stephanie right after the email came. I was like, Stephanie Ann Blaylock, what have you done? I don't even know what her middle name is. I just called her Ann because that was a good shot.
I went, damn, Stephanie. And then another comment, damn. And she was like, I'm so glad I got a double damn. She's like,
got a double damn.
Got a double damn.
So, like, normally those are all in the collector's tent or whatever, and that would have been on the back page of the program, and it wasn't. So maybe they just wanted to save it to surprise people in their emails.
Yeah, which was nice. I mean, the little surprises they sprung on us all weekend, I liked.
Yes, that was really good.
That was really good.
And finally, Maggie Bennett, Jenner Bennett.
Who do you think you are?
Fresh on the heels of Stock Horse for Stone, they revealed a Stock Horse stablemate for Breyer.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous. And she has a hell of a poker face because we talked to her a lot and she never let on.
We know nothing about these. And then they show up and we're like, Maggie? And she's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I did that. Working on that.
Blah, blah, blah. Like, really. So what was your favorite reveal, guys? Put it in comments.
Let us know.
My favorite, of course, is the PC stablemate.
Yeah. That little. I'm gonna bite him when he gets here.
I'm looking at comments. It's like 20. It's like a 20-second lag. It's crazy.
Yeah. Steve Chunk Watts. I'm straight, but the auction dude seems like he'd be great company at the bar. I agree. I agree.
You know what? Though I couldn't get his hair was a thing of magnificence. I was like, is that a Jerry curl? What's going on?
Come to Breyerfest. We'll go to the Chin Bar. It'd be great.
Okay, where are we?
All right, we are at the Breyer TV show, which I completely missed because I think that came out on Saturday when I was predisposed.
Saturday while I was watching. Now, we've heard rumblings about the TV show.
Yep. And
that Breyer was partnering with Imagine Entertainment, which is headed by Ron Howard. And they came clean with it. Breyer Hollow is a scripted drama that's going to be on HBO Max in partnership with.
Hi, Heather Puello.
Did she join?
She joined.
In partnership with Breyer and Imagine Entertainment, and it's going to be show run by Ashley Avis, who is also producing a wild horse documentary, Running Free or something like that, and the new Black Beauty.
Yes.
She's a horse person. She grew up with Breyers, so I think she's a great showrunner to tell Breyer's story. I'm not sure how Breyer's going to tie into it as a product without being completely obnoxious, but we'll see.
That's HBO Max.
HBO Max, right? HBO Max has got me between this and the Nevers.
The Home and the Nevers. God.
I'm glad I got it for free for a year because of my phone deal or something.
Nice.
So, moving on. Contests.
Also missed. I missed the diorama contest, but I believe those. I can probably go look at those later.
So they showed those on the live feed, and it was super. I thought there was going to be a lot more pomp and circumstance to it, and they kind of just ran through it. And so like all of these things we're talking about, we'll have links on the blog too. Clearly you're going to have to be a ticket holder to get in there and see this stuff, but they blew through the custom contest people. And so we kind of just want to recap a little bit.
I mean, nice thing, everybody who entered has their stuff is online. So you can go see all the entries, which is not something you can typically do.
So best custom this year, fantasy was really super heavy. Fantasy was in bar by Amanda Brock, which was her mythic, Celtic mythic seahorse kind of thing, and it lit up from the inside, and it had all the kind of
had the dolphins in the base,
the dolphins in the base, and the water flying up, and the kind of the Celtic imagery. That the light would shine through, and we saw her go through every single step of this horse, and it was amazing to see this come together.
Hi Rachel Alford's here.
Hey Rachel.
Yay, road to Breyerfest.
Rachel, you got to do the long show with us.
Yeah.
I don't know if Stormy's watching, but I want to get her too for that show. First place in finish work was Nikki Button. Now, if everybody recalls, there were 3 of this horse. There's Leslie. Hey, Leslie. There were 3 versions of this horse. One by Nikki, one by Darren Benarchek, and one by Lauren Hofer. And they were all beautiful and really well done in their own way, and all extremely different, using the same reference horse, same photo. And Nikki ended up pulling it out.
Steph Blaylock says not all the entries are online.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier. I think all the winners and finalists are, but I noticed there were some glaring omissions to the actual field.
So what was next?
So fantasy, we didn't talk about the runner-ups, which was Monica West, who we didn't know for sure that was it, but it turned out she was. So, and Deb Omel with her Celtic Vitae, which I think is really, if you have to look at it really close, I would have loved to see this one in person, because more impressive. But and Deb, don't get mad, but the first time I saw these horses, I was like, are those Versace designs? Like, those are Versace horses.
Don't get it.
So most extreme custom, Jen Kroll, and she corrected me. This is not a Pam. Yes. It's an Appy Performance horse.
Yeah, Appy Performance horse, which I think I knew when she said it. I was like, oh yeah, I think I knew that.
I didn't, but I apologize. I was like, sorry, we screwed that up.
But Evelyn, she won. Yay.
Yep. And then Nicole Kent with her portrait of a Mustang that she owns. And Caroline Sigwalt, who I have not heard of. She has a sliding stop Palomino.
That's when we did preview on.
We did preview him because I believe Jen Buxton dug him up for us. Quite a few entries in this too. Performance, Lauren Wood with her her Totalist, the classic version, not the big version.
The resin.
And it's a combined driving scene. Marathon cart going under a water hazard.
She built the whole hazard and everything.
She built everything.
Spectacular.
So it's bananas, really. Erica Isabel was a runner-up, and I really, 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 really loved Erica's piece.
I did too.
I
know.
Erica. And Dari,
we love that horse, Erica.
It says Joan Frank, but they left Dari's first name off. She was
Dari.
Yeah. And this is a different, I only saw one picture, and this is a different picture than the other one. So she, this is Western. So she clearly showed some versatility. And the English picture is there too. So yeah. I want to give a shout out to
a little bit scale on the driving horse, not a classic.
Okay. And I want to give a shout out to Sarah Bowman, because I thought her entry was really good.
I really liked her entry. That's what we say.
All right. Theme class was also hotly contested. There are a lot of really, really amazing entries for this. I really loved Kristen Cermelli's foals. They were wonderful. I loved
Danielle Feldman's foals.
I loved Danielle Feldman's foals. I loved Hannah Bear's Marin Foal. I love the Cleveland. I believe they're Cleveland Bays that were turned into the zebras that are having an issue.
Oh yeah! Wow, they're big then.
But the top three ended up being Laura Skills Sailor
with a Z.
with her gigantic mare Zilla, and her horse as Mare Zilla's foal. Simon. Is Laura here? Simon.
It's Simon.
Hey, Kylie Parks. Glad you can make it. I heard you went outside finally.
She had to get some vitamin D.
I know. So if you've seen the construction of Mare Zilla, it's really an armature with kind of Misty just
kind of hung in the So when she says there's a Breyer inside of it, she means that literally. Literally a Breyer inside of it.
And then Hannah Tripp was a runner-up. And I really love this entry. It's so Christmas card. The the setting and the photography on it are amazing, and it's just mood, right? Like the tongue of the draft horse licking on the Shetland, and the paint jobs are impeccable. It's just, and they're tiny. These are, I believe, also little bit size, if I'm not wrong.
That I don't know. I think we did talk about that they were little.
Yeah. Well, if you go to her Instagram, she talks about them, and I believe that's where I saw it. Hey, Nikki. Nikki's here.
Woohoo!
Nikki, you crying was the best thing ever over winning.
Yeah, because they found out on a Zoom call, right?
Not that I want anybody to cry, but
it was good crying.
It was good crying instead of
I'm just being sad and miserable crying.
Right.
I need a pint of Ben and Jerry's crying.
Shermelli says the draft is a little bit and the mini is a stablemate.
Holy cow.
Yep. And then Cindy Evans, Knight's Tale Studio, rounds out the finalists with the
drafter and the mini.
And the drafter wasn't a drafter. She made it a drafter.
I thought I saw somewhere that she said it was a Wixom.
Did she?
I thought I read that somewhere.
I thought I saw her doing big feet on a light type horse. So
I thought I saw her said it was a Wixom.
Maybe.
And because
the
reason why I stuck out was I was like, oh, we thought it wasn't a draft horse.
Right.
She'll correct. Somebody will correct.
Yeah. Yes, because we need constant correction.
Obviously. Hello, Mackenzie Purdy.
Hey, Mackenzie.
See you.
Hey, Tegan. Let's go on to the diorama real quick. They're diorama winners. We have a ton for under 10. I love.
It was a Wixom.
Fine.
Just got correction, validation in the chat. Thank you, Rachel.
You just like being right. You just like being right.
I'm always right. How it is. Get over it.
All right.
Anyway, diorama contest.
I love St. Patrick driving the snakes out of Ireland.
Yeah, I literally did not see any of those.
Just scroll down, you'll see them.
I'm not right. I can't multitask right now.
Okay. There was also 10 to 14 that had some really great ones. My favorite of that was I forget the name of that, the Celtic horse on the mound. And it's got somebody driving a chariot by it because it's back during the Roman occupation. So, but there's some really great stuff. And then finally for, oh no, it's not fun. Oh, there's two of them. Okay. 15 to 19 also has one of those. The VBF Virtual Breyerfest Museum of Celtic Art has a giant bridielope with horns and everything.
Why not?
Sure. And then 20 and older was just insane. Michelle Masters had Eru, Ireland. Shanna Bobbitt and her flaming Hollywood set with, the looting of, it looks like Dunsinane or something. Nice. And then Mackenzie S has Celtic horses in a wreath, kind of a circle thing.
Oh, cool.
And then there's another wreath that's got like all the lore and stablemates in different colors. and then there's several light up ones. So
Sweet.
yeah, just
the year of the light up.
Yeah, it really is. It's the year of the light up stuff.
Tegan Russ also says we really are an old married couple.
Yes,
it's true.
We're talking about being buried together, except I don't want to be buried.
I don't either.
I just want to be burned up and thrown off the.
Well, then we can mix our ashes together. It'll be what everybody already thinks goes on.
You're so straight. I can't even.
I know. I'm sorry, baby.
Okay. Enough about our sexuality. So there was a ton of creativity in the diorama contest, and it's always, they only have a 12 by 12 by 12. Like you have a cube to work in. Like it's not visible, but you have to prove that it's going to fit in that. And it's just the amount of work that must have gone into some of this is just mind blowing.
Yeah. And then,
you have the added pressure of no one can see this in person, so I have to take amazing pictures of this so that
what details and stuff.
So congratulations, everybody. I know some people were heartbroken about their stuff not getting in, and just try again next year, because there's just you never know what's going on in the judge's mind or what they're looking for, and it's not a slap against you not making it. There's just there's whatever the philosophy is that is what fulfills how these horses get placed. And sometimes it's not unanimous. I've talked to some of the judges, and I'm not going to talk about who, but over the years I've had conversations about there being bargaining and fights going on, not fights, but
discussions.
Just know that it's not always unanimous. Sometimes it is, but
but sometimes it's not. And sometimes, you got to come to agreements.
Because you still get your work out there. People still get to see the amazing stuff you're doing, and it helps you build a reputation.
Anyway.
Artisans
Gallery offerings.
So we don't want to go down the rabbit hole because there was so much.
Yeah, I totally blanked on Amanda Brock's stuff. I really wanted a glittery hoof, and I just forgot about it till now.
Literally Thursday and Friday, I could barely get away to do anything, and that's when the majority of this stuff went. And by the time I got to people's stores, they were all cleaned out.
Oh yeah, I got into Kylie Park's thing because I happened to be making dinner and the live stream started. I was like, I'll just watch this while I was making dinner. Wow, that was nuts.
Tegan Russ says, is that a way of saying Heather's not straight?
I don't know, Heather. Do you want to address that?
I'm me. Let's just put it that way.
There you go.
I like boys.
Yeah.
I do. They're cool. All right, back to...
we're back to Artisans Gallery.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Okay. So I did Kylie Park sale and got totally wrapped up into it, and then was like, oh God, I forgot to make dinner. I remember I got the Medallionopoly set. I got the Unicorn Baby. I got her daughter's medallion. Don't have that invoice yet. I'm like, the next month, like, stuff is just gonna randomly show up at my house, and I'm gonna be like, oh yeah.
So invoice fear is real. I've seen a couple of people being like, I am afraid of my stag invoice. I didn't get anything. I wanted the mini Takeshi, and I couldn't pull it off. Maybe she has a leftover one.
I think I pre-ordered one if you want it.
Well, no.
Like, you had the option
I don't want to take your
one.
mini Takeshi, or that's yours.
Yeah, but
maybe I can sweet talk Kylie. Moving on. So Nikki Button's
Dibley fever?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Nikki Button had some amazing stuff, all gone within 5 minutes. Like Mel Miller, like I wanted that pony gone.
Oh yeah,
that Welsh pony was amazing.
Away from Mel Miller's.
I'm trying to think of who else. Like there was just so much.
Yeah, and I missed most of it.
Sir Melly, I wanted that little foal by Sir Melly. I don't know who got it.
Oh, I was in the hunt for her Zephyr medallion for a while, and I finally got it. Got too rich for my blood.
There's Kim. Hi, Kim.
Kim
BT. Yeah. So There was Jen Scott's sale with all her custom glazes.
Oh, Donna Cheney had a retail therapy page.
Yep, and she debuted the micro cover girl, which
Oh, I got one of those.
boing,
I forgot. Yeah.
Right. So we'll talk more about it. We're gonna do this is just a wrap up show, so we're gonna do a bigger show and go into more detail. But we just kind of wanted to touch on the high points of this stuff.
Dibley.
Let's talk Dibley. What was
so
it?
Sarah Mink,
19 seconds.
19 seconds. So Sarah Mink previewed. She had 3 things she was going to sell. They were all limited. She told you when they were going to go on sale. Basically, it was like you had to wait for the email and hit the link in the email. And with Sarah's stuff, you just have to go for it. If you dither it all, it's gone. No. And I happened to be checking my email when the email arrived, and I went, oh yeah. And I clicked through and I got one. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I found out later, 19 seconds.
19 seconds.
19 seconds.
How many were there?
What? I don't remember. But they were talking to Josie, who manages all Sarah's stuff, and she said Mel Miller bought the first one, Kylie Parks bought the last one. So they were talking about making this amount of time, the Miller Parks Dibley scale on how fast things sell out, which sounds great. I'm gonna use that somewhere someday.
Well, when people are like, Sarah's not relevant anymore, I'm like, okay.
19 seconds. All of her stuff sold
19
out.
19 seconds, mofo.
19 seconds. Crazy.
50. Heather Morton says. Jennifer Kroll says 45. So I don't know.
All right.
Something like that for Dibley.
So to a second, basically.
Yeah, that was ugly. That was ugly, people.
Yeah,
you were all over it.
2.5 a second.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Sarah. Sarah, if you don't move, it's gone. Forget it.
You just have to make that decision before the email comes, because you don't have time when it's here.
All right. Mm-hmm. What are we on now?
Stuff that hasn't been resolved.
Okay, people. So this is going to be an interesting little section. Mm-hmm. We don't know who won the Glossy Reggies, do we?
Right.
There were 10.
Seen that. There's 10.
They said on the page they were going to give them out Sunday, and they did not. The surprise horse, of course, wasn't revealed. We were hoping maybe at the end of the day they would slip up and show it, but it really is going to be the reveal in your mail.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. Yep. Not going to lie.
And the volunteer model hasn't been unveiled.
Also, yeah.
It's going to show up in the mail, I guess. I don't know.
That's my assumption. I will say, Breyerfest Live and the youth show judges really earned their horses.
Send me 2. Damn. Yeah. I worked all week on that show. It was nuts.
I know.
And we haven't really touched on the shows, so I had that in the outline. I must have accidentally deleted it. So let's hit that up real quick.
Okay.
I worked the big show, right? Mm-hmm. Breyerfest Live. And it was a really complex undertaking, and Michelle Masters, God bless her, she worked so hard to get this together. We used Smug Mug as the platform, which for the most part was fine, except in all the different views, there wasn't a consistent way to label things, so you couldn't. It was really hard to track where things were when you moved them, because you could meta tag, but it didn't matter because you couldn't sort like that. The numbers it had in their places in the gallery didn't correspond anywhere, and if you move something, of course, all those numbers would
go away.
Well, they would stay, but they would just, you move a horse out of line and his number changes.
Yeah.
So, and I was looking at classes, the majority, there were 85 to 100 horses. Some were over, some were under.
Wow.
And I did foals, so I can't imagine what some people went through in some of the regular run full-size classes, but foals was brutal.
Wow.
And then Mary Vineyard did collectability, and then we decided the overalls. And our winner was Aaron Corbett's little Appaloosa Path Baby,
nice.
Who is just such an amazing example of that vintage piece.
Nice.
And Breyer actually shouted out her sharing that, so that was really cool. But it was tough. It was tough. There's a lot of nice full molds out there.
Yeah.
So the photography was really great. There was part of the problem in stewarding was there was a lot of mislabeled, misclassed, misgendered, or not misgendered, I'm sorry, misbreed, like horses that had a breed were in the wrong class. Lipizans were in sport, Andalusians were in something else that wasn't Spanish. I mean, there was a lot of that.
We also Breakables also did happen as a photo show.
Right. That's true. I didn't have any. I know they worked really hard too. So we had to steward the show, judge the show, type up our own results, and tomorrow I'm due with a ribbon count. So I have to go through all my entries and go through an Excel spreadsheet and pick up who got what place so that they can send them the proper ribbons.
Oh my gosh!
So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But it was fun, and I'm glad we got to deliver the live show because it's such a huge part of the Breyerfest experience. So, talk about the youth show, Jackie.
Okay, so the youth show. So the youth show wasn't a show. The youth show, because the philosophy of the youth show is it's a training ground for young people to show. And, we couch it as a competition, but we freely break and talk about why we place things the way we do. And my favorite part of it is always doing the critique on the English performance class in the youth section, which is always at the end of the day for me. I'm always there way too early and walking around and tired and whatever. But I really love doing that critique. So this year they decided to make it an all clinics.
Well, that's
good. We each had 25 minutes with our given thing. We could do whatever we wanted to do. I ended up setting up a pair of horses and running them through pleasure trail and over fences. I did stuff for dressage but didn't have time for it, and kind of made a PowerPoint and presented it. And then if you were on my Facebook, you saw this, but Eleanor Harvey, who's the show manager.
She's the showrunner.
She asked everybody to be fun and be energetic, and she was like, you're gonna lead this off because you can be like Papa, and she's like, we really would like you to do it in your Link cosplay.
Really?
So yes
I just thought you did it because you wanted to do it. I didn't know it was
no that was a complete. I don't think that would have crossed my mind. I don't think that would have crossed my mind to do it. I would have done something goofy, but that costume is 3 layers of clothing, Heather.
Yeah,
it's not something you want to wear in July. Thankfully, I had air conditioning. But yes, I just was like, hey, Dave, I'm going to spend the whole day on Saturday locked up in the room.
Dressed like Link. Well, here's the other thing.
That's cool, right? So I was putting pictures of that on Instagram, and I have a cosplay account, and the cosplayers were like, what exactly is going on over there? So I had to film an explanation for them. But yeah, it was good. And it was like the show usually in the real world ends at like 2:00. We were rolling until like 5:30. Because they wanted us to kind of hang out and answer questions. The kids were great. They were so adorable.
I heard that. I heard the kids were wonderful.
The kids were wonderful. I actually think the kids show worked super well on this format. Like, I'm almost like, maybe they shouldn't have a show and just have a clinic. Give me an hour to talk about English performance because I can do that.
Yeah. It reminded me that's one of the upsides of Breyerfest this year. Nobody had to stand around and sweat to death. Like,
yeah, my feet are not killing me this year. It's weird. I'm rested. I'm hydrated. I haven't done something like I haven't collapsed in exhaustion because I don't know what's happening.
I'm still exhausted though. Like, it's not the same kind of exhausted.
It's the emotional exhaustion.
Erin Corbett said earlier, she was like, well, I didn't take Monday off because I thought it's virtual. How tired am I going to be? And everybody's drained. Everybody's drained. All right. We've talked about the shows. So we're gonna start winding down so everybody can get on with their evening. Stuff for the show later this week. We'll talk more about the shows. We'll talk about the workshops and the tours and more details on subjects that we covered. We already talked to Rachel Alford, and she's going to be joining us again for her perspective as the leader of Road to Breyerfest. I'd like to get Stormy or Infinity Breyer on here or something to talk because I didn't do the social media thing or the interactive thing online.
No, I didn't either.
So, and I'd love to hear someone younger's opinion on how it went for them and what they're hearing from their constituency.
Yeah.
So shout out to Breyer.
The true heroes of Breyerfest. Yeah, absolutely.
I know a lot of stuff kind of went sideways, but 3 months, people. I don't know what.
And this is already a huge, complex undertaking.
Right.
It's one they've done for 30 years, and they kind of know where all the things that they need to worry about are. And all of a sudden, you had to take this gigantic event with all these moving pieces and move it online and do things that no one has done before.
And 3 months. Like, my company can't figure out how to do a trade show in 3 months, right? We planned for a year. I don't know if you've looked at all the moving parts and sorted them by how much stuff they had to get together and in this short amount of time, but it is nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah.
And yes, there were
moving
glitches,
all your
yes,
deadlines.
there were problems. But if you think about the social media component and the production component and the public speaking component and putting all the sales online, putting the auctions online,
figuring out how to do the special run line in a way that's fair for everybody, and the
doing the
raffles
custom
and everything
contests,
else.
doing the diorama content. I mean, it's mind blowing, and I don't know how much those folks worked per week getting this ready, but buy Kat McDermott and Jamie a drink.
I know. I'm kind of like, I want to send them something, but I'm
Heather
sure at those offices.
Heather Pleo, and they're probably all drunk as lords, at home right now, going, "Oh my God, we survived!"
Right. Literally.
Heather Pleo, it goes on and on. I don't even know some of the people that are probably involved that, almost killed themselves trying to get this out the door.
And this was probably, I mean, it's a lot of work when they're on site, but this was probably like, there's probably people who didn't sleep all weekend, literally, because they were probably trying to fix stuff at 2:00 in the morning.
Right. And I also thought Jamie and Kat and Stephanie on air were amazing. And I'm sure they went through communications training for public speaking and stuff like that. Because I could see the tells from being trained, right? Because I worked for communications, but they were all incredibly relaxed, even when stuff was not going well. And kept their cool and just, delivered their lines and their products. So, yeah. So, also shout out to Road for Breyerfest for helping everybody get through this.
Yeah.
Because I think it was such you don't know what you don't know. And Rachel and her team became the mouthpiece for Breyer to disseminate it to a core group of like 3,000 people, I think Road to Breyerfest has. Yeah. So they did a really good job helping message how things were going to go. And so what are your final thoughts? We're going to wrap this up.
My final thoughts were like, this went better than I anticipated it would. There were definitely moments where it really did feel like Breyerfest to me. Like hanging out, having brunch with, the Kellys and the Lanes, basically. That was nice. Gossiping about the auction. We do that in a more compressed section of time.
Yeah.
But that was fun.
That was a really great morning.
Yeah. The things that I miss are the things that they could not reproduce, because it's like you have all these people and all these interactions, and, you have all these goofy stories about who you ran into in the middle of the night, or, I didn't sleepwalk this year.
You might have. I didn't. I wasn't
I
there
don't believe
to stop
I did.
it.
Did not sleepwalk, as far as I'm aware. Didn't wake up in the kitchen going, "What the heck am I doing here?"
It's like that one year that you got out. I didn't.
Yeah, I was all of a sudden in the like out by the ballroom, and I was like, "What is happening?" And I'm like,
I hear this.
To my room.
I hear this. And I get up because I'm such a light sleeper. I get up and I open the door, and there you are, and I'm like, sleepwalking again. And you're like, sleepwalking again.
Yeah, I saved that for Breyerfest.
Oh Lord, honey, you scared the crap out of me. That one time you tried to go out the window.
Yeah,
like, we're on the second floor. That's not cool.
I didn't believe you either until I found my glasses like across the room.
You tried to do it twice. I pulled you off, and then you tried to go again. Like,
yeah, that's what I do.
So I worked my Breyerfest. I missed all the sales. The Friday, I just worked on the photo show. And Saturday was incredibly tough for me. And I explained why earlier, but my dad's death's anniversary, and that always colors Breyerfest a little bit. But usually that anniversary happens before we get to the actual event. And this landed square on Saturday, and there was a lot of other crap going on in my life that's been super difficult. And I at one point I lost it, and I was like, this is the most horrible Breyerfest ever. I'm not having a good time. And then Sunday came around, and there was Auction John, and made everything better.
Yeah,
and I got to spend time with my friends online for a long time, and it certainly turned it around for me. And like I said, I think Breyer did an amazing job. I think
the fact that they got all our celebration horses, a lot of them, to us before Breyerfest started, we didn't mention that.
Mine shipped today.
Okay. Mine, I got three of them, and I got my one-day stablemates on, I think, Thursday, and then the next one arrived the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
that
great.
was awesome.
Yep. And so like we said, we'll do a bigger show later this week. We also want to talk about some of the swag that we didn't get out. It wouldn't have mattered because we wouldn't have had time to market it anyway. But we're going to have the diversity logo, which is the Mayors in Black sign that's done on the top part in the rainbow for GBTLAQ plus QA plus rights, and the bottom that is done in the Black Lives Matter scale.
Everybody saw the stickers and wants.
Everybody wants those, so we're going to do those on stickers and buttons. We're going to put it on a tote and a shirt and all that kind of stuff. Additionally, we've got the Herd Nerd stuff that's going to come out for the Patreon. So that's going to be another fun. And next week the Patreon's going to be announced and made public. And then we'll also release the youth position for our third co-host. So we're looking for a third mayor to especially represent the younger demographic of our hobby. So, all right, guys, let's read some comments. What did you guys think of Breyerfest? Give me some blurbs in the comments.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, we should have thanked Jocelyn Page too. Jocelyn, I know you ran all the social media, baby. Hard work.
Samantha White, I did not know when those horses were coming. They just showed up. I knew because somebody else in the area got one, and I was like, what?
Christine said she got hers Friday.
Yep. Yes, we do need a Patreon.
Do you guys know when yours is coming from that form delivery thing? Yes, that's how I know. UPS tells me when my stuff is coming.
Yeah, I didn't get the message.
That's a pretty good. At one point I looked up and we had 97 people in this chat. So
I know
that's pretty good.
We ran 90 for most of the chat here.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Look at Leslie. About time you guys needed a Patreon. I had always said we weren't going to have a Patreon until 2 years, and Jackie and Josh argued with me. But I think now's the right time. We got to have someone pay the bills. This does not make us any money, and it never will. Right? This is a passion project for us. We don't do it for fame or for money or anything like that. But it would be really nice to pay for the advertising and our website and all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Like, because that's out of our pocket.
Beth Rapplier liked the Takibana dinner hangout.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, we had a ton of Zoom parties, and that was super fun.
Yeah. Like that could be part of the Patreon, having virtual cocktail parties with us.
Totally. Zoom parties. I think we'll probably do a lot more live streams.
We've got a Discord server I'm working on.
We've got a Discord server we're going to release. My celebration horse showed up late in the evening right after Stag. My dad called it my consolation prize.
Here's Candace Curtis. Breyerfest this year should get some kind of award because other conventions just canceled despite issues with the store. Everyone went above and beyond. Agree.
Bud Blaylock says even Bud is listening.
Aw.
I heard Bud, so I heard a story about Bud that he cleaned.
Oh, really?
He cleaned Stag out for Stephanie. Like, he just ordered everything. She gave him a list, and he ordered 3 times the amount.
Nice.
What do you guys think the surprise will be? I think it's Giselle.
Yeah, I feel like Giselle seems likely.
A lot of people think it's Croy.
I don't think it's Croy because I think one day stablemate's Croy.
I think Croy's too obvious, but who knows? Elaine Lindler says more Zoom parties. Sue Rose says Mayors with bourbon.
Mayors with bourbon.
Yeah. So yeah, we can do virtual parties. I think we top out at 30 people in a meeting. So
I gotta look into that because when I was in on the website, it says we can have 100, and I was like, really? We topped out at 30. So I gotta look.
Jared is on too. Yeah. Bud is a keeper.
Yeah, he is.
All right. Croy, Aaron Michelle says.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron.
All right. That's all we got for now. We're going to bail and let you guys have the rest of your Sunday night. We appreciate you for coming. This has been super fun. Yeah. We kind of didn't know how this was going to be, but
we didn't muff anything up at all. I'm really proud.
I only dropped anything stupid. I only dropped one curse word. You hear that, Matt? One.
We didn't say anything that we're going, ooh, we should cut that later.
Oh my God. Can we cut that? God.
Josh, take all that out.
Cut that. All right, guys, we love you and thank you so much for coming. I hope you had a good Breyerfest. I know it's not the same as being there in person, but all things considered, I thought it was fantastic.
It was amazing.
And it wrapped up on such a strong note for Sunday. So we're going to let you guys go. We love you.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Happy Breyerfest.
Happy Breyerfest.